is everybody? I want to preemptively apologize because I'm probably not going to be in a very good mood today. It is, first of all, day 1 of my period, so I am in physical pain. I am tired. I am bleeding like a motherfucker. Kind of feel like I'm going to puke, but I don't think I'm going to. And if I do, I promise I'll do it off screen. But I don't feel nice. I don't feel good right now. And I also can't see very well. I ripped one of my contact lenses the other day and don't have a backup because contacts are kind of expensive. I only get like 1 pair per year on my insurance, or not 1 pair, but one like 6-month order. So I was trying to stretch it until the end of the year so that I could get another order once the insurance resets. But now I gotta pay a lot for new contacts, so I'm not happy about that. And I do have glasses. The problem is I have 1 pair that one of the lenses just keeps falling out, so that's not really doable. I have another pair that's too tight and gives me a headache, which I know I could take it to the glasses people, and then they could like just fit them to my face better, but that involves like going somewhere, talking to someone, doing something, so I'm probably not going to do that. And then I have another pair that I do have next to me if I need it, that I've had just since I was like 16, but one of the like, whatever you call that, it's loose, so the glasses are a little crooked. So I'm trying to just not wear them like at all. I mean, here I'm wearing them outside, obviously, where I need them, but I'm like, everything is on my laptop. So hopefully, I mean, I should be able to see everything. It's just kind of like the chat. I can't see that super well. I can kind of see it if I, squint my eyes. So if I go like this, I'm not like glaring at you guys. I'm trying to read. But then I do have my glasses with me if I need it. But so yeah, I'm just not in a good mood. But that's okay. The show must go on because we have a lot to get through still. So I wanted to show you guys kind of our schedule for the next few weeks. So we've got, today we're doing Bad Bunny, Jennifer Lopez, Mariah Carey, Ariana Grande, and Jade. Yeah, I probably should wear them. All right, you're right, I'll wear them. Just nobody judge me. If I go like this, I can hold them in place. We've got Bad Bunny, Jennifer Lopez, Mariah Carey, Ariana Grande, and Jade today. Next week, we're doing Rosalia, Sabrina Carpenter, Lizzo, Billie Eilish, and Lorde. Then the week after that, Tate McRae, Addison Rae, Hayley Williams, Lily Allen, Doja Cat. And then the week after that, we have a collection of white boys. I just decided to put them all kind of onto one stream. Benson Boone also is, we already covered him, so he doesn't need to be in this one, but he should really be around amongst his kind. And then the week after that, we'll just do kind of like updates, anything else that comes up. And then week after that, we'll do the flop bracket. And this week, on the 15th, I'll give you guys the like straw poll so that you guys can figure out the final 10 inclusions. And then the week after that, we'll do the flop bracket. So also, there'll be something for a submission for that as well. And then we'll also do an album of the year thing with the straw poll as well. So along with that, I'm trying to like really narrow my list down because I'm going to do the top 22. Then you guys will vote on the other 10 inclusions because we need 32 entries. So yeah, Conan is Asian, you're correct. But he definitely does have a fair amount of white boy energy. And I'm sure, I was going to say I don't know about Role Model because I don't know much about him, but he looks like a white boy, like white. But so I've tried to narrow it down. Right now I've got the top 15 that I think are going to be included. I've moved a whole lot of people down here. These people probably will be moved back up. I just really wanted to get like a tight list before I make the top 22. Beyonce will almost certainly get moved back up because it just feels ridiculous to not do Beyonce because she's Beyonce. But I just don't know. This is sort of the problem with like, once you get to a certain level, like a Beyonce, where it's like, yes, you're huge, so it's hard to not include you because you are so important to the music industry, but at that same time, she's so huge that it's like, what did she really add to her meta-narrative this year? You know, like, the expectations for her are much higher. And all she really did, she won Album of the Year at the Grammys, which was pretty significant. That's the first time she's ever won that. But then she did the tour, and the tour was somewhat short. And then that was kind of it. She sort of disappeared, especially from, like, the last half of the year. So I'll probably put Beyonce back in, but I don't think that she necessarily has a guaranteed spot at the moment. And then, like, Doechii, I think, probably will get moved back up. Ethel Cain will probably get moved back up. Selena will probably get... Like, these five will probably get moved back up. But we'll see. Yeah, she didn't have a lot of meta-narrative this year. But then all the others... This is the rest of the list. I have kicked quite a few people off. So, like, Justin Timberlake, definitely not. He'll probably be in the flop. He'll be in the flop bracket for sure. Kelly Clarkson, I just think of her more now as, like, just kind of like a talk show host more than, like, a pop singer. Though she does still obviously do music. Megan Thee Stallion, I just don't think she's released enough this year, and what she released wasn't, like, it wasn't a big enough part of, like, the conversation. So I unfortunately just can't really put her up there, though I did want to. Other people, Jessie Murph, she had her moment with that performance or whatever on Jimmy Fallon, and with that one song that was very inflammatory, but then didn't really make much of that moment, I don't think. Rebecca Black, yeah, I do love Rebecca, but I don't think I can include her. And then a lot of other people. I did have to cut Dua Lipa, because it's like, what did she... I mean, I know she's toured, but it really just didn't make any noise. So, yeah, I have moved a lot of people off the list. I probably should move Heidi Montag off, but I won't. I won't give her a guaranteed spot, but I'm not moving her off the list completely. I'm going to give her a shot. But so, as we go through this, if there are any big protests, anyone that you guys really, really want to see included, we do have the 15th here where we don't really have any specific girlies scheduled for coverage. So, if there's anyone that people are very insistent be on here, maybe the 15th we can cover them. Or maybe I'll move them up here at some point. This isn't like, you know, this is flexible. Maybe we'll move some people around for different days. But this is what I got so far. So. Oh, she's made a lot of noise in Latin America. That's nice. I haven't heard shit about it here. I just know that she is on tour. And I've seen her, like, I've seen a few clips on, like, Instagram. But that's because most of my Instagram feed in my, like, reels, it's all, like, pop girlies and puppies. So I do see her every once in a while, but even then I don't see her a whole lot compared to the other girls. Which is sad. But you know what? It's 1 year, you know? Many other opportunities. But let's get into the PowerPoint. Oh god, tickets for her show at MSG are still available. Were still available days ahead of the show. Yeah. I don't know what happened. I mean, I know the album was like, whatever. Let's not go in on Dua right now. We love her. Oh, our dishonorary flop of the week, though. We only have one, and this is somewhat of an in memoriam. The Penny. Rest in piss, Penny. The penny is no longer being manufactured. It is still in circulation, and there's like a couple billion of them, like hundreds of billions. So we will still have to deal with the penny for a minute. But we're not making it anymore, thank God. I don't know why it costs 4 cents to make a penny, which is more than the penny is worth. I don't know why we kept doing it. I'm gonna be honest, I think we should get rid of the nickel and the dime as well. I think we should just have quarters. But the penny is gone. Goodbye, penny. Moving on to our updates. This isn't so much about, oh wow, did not hear about this? Yeah, that's because no one gives a fuck about the penny. That's why. Who cares? Does anyone use them? Not really. Every once in a while. And this is my thing too. They're still in circulation, so we'll still use them for a while. But it's like, I hate getting pennies back, and I hate when I like even numbers. I think things need to just cost like a dollar amount, or maybe like $1.25, $1.50, whatever. Let's get rid of all the pennies, all the nickels, all the dimes. We can have like a buyback program. Maybe we can melt all of them down once we've got all of them, make something cool out of it. I don't know. But I'm over it. Yeah, I barely even use any cash. That's true. But I do like, if I got like a $20 bill or something, that feels nice. But yeah, all cash at this point does feel kind of, retro in a way. Okay, now this isn't really like a pop girly update per se. I've put it kind of in the Gaga section because Gaga is technically in the movie, I guess. That's what has been reported. But I don't know, I don't think she's gonna have like a big part or something, but supposedly she's also writing a song for it. I don't know. But the new trailer for The Devil Wears Prada 2 has dropped. Or not trailer, it's like a teaser kind of thing. It's just Miranda Priestly walking into an elevator, and then Anne Hathaway's character, walking in next to her, and then Miranda goes, "What took you so long?" or something. A lot of people were gagged over it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not. I thought that was fans trolling. It's been reported in like Variety and stuff. So I think, because I did think that at first too, that it was just fans trolling or just wishful thinking. But it's been reported by a few major outlets. So I do think that it's happening. To what extent, I'm not sure. But I just don't. I love The Devil Wears Prada, the first one. I don't think it has ever needed a sequel. And I don't understand. Yeah, Meryl usually doesn't do sequels, but I guess she's coming back for this, which does give me a little bit of hope that maybe like the script is just so good that she couldn't turn it down. I don't know. But looking at this new little teaser, first of all, I don't like the little pose she's doing. It feels super forced to me. It feels very just kind of like she's just trying to be like a diva with it. And look at the difference there. That is so much more kind of regal. It's understated. This is trying too hard for me. And I also don't like the shoes that she was wearing at the beginning. And I don't really like the lighting. I know that I sound like a picky asshole, but I just have to say how I feel. I'm not feeling it. But I'm gonna give it a shot. I'll watch it. But I don't know why this was necessary. There was something about one of Gaga's shows recently. I don't remember exactly where it was, but there were multiple people that passed out. So I don't know what was going on there. But that was kind of scary. Gaga handled it well, obviously. But yeah, not good. Then she was on the cover of Rolling Stone. She did an interview. It was a very good interview. I appreciated it. I liked it. Moving on to Miss Hilary Duff. If any of you were wondering, no, I don't have tickets for that fucking show, for any of the 4 shows that she's doing on her mini tour. They sold out in like seconds because obviously, because she was doing small venues and there were like 4 dates. I'm glad if she needs to kind of like, baby step her way into doing live performing again. I totally understand. But goddamn, the idea of even getting tickets to this show already seemed like a miracle. Like it would require a miracle. And apparently that is really what it would have required. I haven't seen anyone say that they have tickets, but I'm sure some people do because there's thousands of tickets that went out. But yeah, this person for a venue of like, again, like I think 2,000 to maybe 3,000 tickets available. 144,823 people ahead of them. Now, I didn't even get this far. I woke up a little bit late because it started at like 10 a.m. and I'd sleep till like noon. So I woke up a little bit late and then I went on just to see. I was like, just by chance, is there anything available left from the pre-sale? And it was already, no. It was like, it just immediately took me to a screen of like, well, the general sale starts at 3 o'clock. And I was like, well, I have to go to work, so I can't just be there for the general sale. And of course, that sold out in like seconds anyway. So, but shout out to whoever manages to get those 2,000 tickets. It really is going to be the event of a lifetime because she will be one of the few. Nicole Richie also posted something about the song on her Instagram story. Now, this is just sort of in relation to the speculation that the song might be about Joel Madden, who is Hillary's ex from when she was 16, when he was 25. And then Nicole Richie is his current wife. And they've seemed to remain friendly. They've been friends for a while, especially I think Hillary and Nicole are fairly close. And I think Matthew, which is Hillary's husband, and Joel are also kind of close. So Joel had already posted something about it on his Instagram story. Matthew had reposted it. Now Nicole is posting about it, and they're together, it seems. So I don't know. It's possible that it is still about Joel Madden, but maybe they've talked it out, they've worked it out, and it's fine. I'm wondering if we'll maybe get more details in the docu-series that they're doing for the album. But so far, it's still just confusing. Taylor Swift news. There is the Songwriters Hall of Fame she's submitting for. You have to submit 5 songs that encompass your discography. She picked 5 songs, and I don't think these are like terrible selections. So All Too Well 10-minute version, absolutely. Of course. Yes. Blank Space, I don't think I would have picked it, but I can definitely understand. Anti-Hero was the one for me where I'm like, I don't know. I don't think it's a bad song, but I don't think it's top 20 of your discography. Love Story I kind of get because I feel like maybe she just wants something to represent her really early writing. And Love Story was that's the first Taylor Swift song that I ever heard. I heard it actually on a Xena fan edit video, but we can talk about that another time. And then Last Great American Dynasty, yes, for sure. But I was thinking about this, and I would pick a different 5 songs. But it was nice to kind of be reminded, just when I was thinking about, like, the songs that I would pick for her, it was nice to just remember, like, oh yeah, she is a good songwriter. Like, all the songs, I still think Father Figure is the best song on the album. And my fondness for that has grown, but I don't know if it's maybe just grown in comparison to the rest of the album. But I do feel very firmly now that that is the best song. But even then, is Father Figure top 30 of her best songs? No. this new album just really, really was not it. And it was nice to like have something and be like, oh yeah, but she did write All Too Well. She did do that. And she did do The Last Great American Dynasty and Love Story. And really all of these songs I think are probably better than anything on the new album. Maybe Antihero. Maybe I would switch out Antihero for Father Figure. Not that I would submit that for her, whatever this is. But she has written good songs. Let's all remember. Unfortunately, there's another development. It's fine. It's I guess kind of what I should have expected. But the trailer for her new docu-series that's coming out at the beginning of December has dropped, and looks like Travis Kelce is gonna be a fairly big part of it. I just don't even know what to say at this point. The thing for me that was very alarming about it, about the trailer, is not even that Travis Kelce just in the series, which obviously I expected. Of course, he was going to be in the series. And I'm fine with that. I even look forward to it. I look forward to seeing them in a kind of candid moment together. I want to see them interact in a more natural way. And I even want to hear her talk about, like, I mean, she started dating him while on tour, while on like the biggest tour of all time. And that is also very interesting. But the thing that I just really didn't like about it, the trailer, is that straight up Travis Kelce is the only person named in the trailer. No one else gets a full introduction. There are other A-listers on the screen. Sabrina Carpenter's there, Ed Sheeran's there, Taylor Swift is there. Travis Kelce is the only person who gets mentioned by their full name, Travis Kelce. And even the other people who get mentioned by name, the only other people is Taylor, and you only hear her name referred to as Travis calls her Tay-Tay. And then, in a phone conversation with Travis, Taylor says something about Coach Reed, which is Travis's coach. So, you know, maybe that sounds a little nitpicky, but it just feels very telling that the only names in the fucking trailer revolve around Travis Kelce. Travis calling Taylor Tay-Tay. Travis Kelce being named. Coach Reed in relation to Travis. It's just weird. It's so weird that Travis is the only person who is treated with, like, personhood. There's even a point. Yeah, she compares his coach to her mother, which is very weird. You could say that maybe she's named her mom in a sense, because she does say my mom. She doesn't say her name. She's just reducing, I would say even Coach Reed to that point, they're just being reduced to roles. Coach Reed and her mom. They don't have any real personhood. But then even Taylor, there's a point where another person who's working on the tour refers to her, and he just refers to her as the boss. So it's like even Taylor doesn't have any real personhood in the trailer. It's just Travis. It's very strange. I don't like it. But whatever, I guess she's happy. For now. Oh, this is another update. Small update. Lil Nas X did have a court hearing today. I think it was pretty uneventful. Really, all that happened is they've just set another date for the next court hearing, which will be in March. So we're not really going to have any big answers on anything until a few months. But hopefully if they're, I don't know how any of this works, but I feel like at this point you can't send them to prison, right? Like at this point, it's been so long. Of course they can, but it doesn't feel like that's the direction it's moving in. So that's good. Oh, something is going on with Pink Pantheress and Zara Larsson. At one of Pink's shows recently, she got like a FaceTime call from Zara. I'll play it.
You know what? Oh, it's not your phone this time, Blake. Oh. Is that someone's phone? Is that someone's phone? Hello? Oh! How you doing? I'm looking for my Swedish boy. Have you seen him? Is there a Swedish boy? Is he over there? Swedish boy? I see him over there. Okay. I don't see one. No, that's not him. Oh. Is he over there? I don't know. Is there a Swedish boy? No, that's not him. Okay, forget it. Okay. Oh, okay, well, I will see you soon. I will see you very soon. For something very special. Bye. 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 Okay.
And then she goes into my name is Pink and I'm really glad to meet you. So I don't know what they're doing, but it's something very special, they said. So look forward to that. I wonder if we'll get that before the end of the year or maybe next year. Oh shit, where'd it go? And then some other releases. We have Cardi XCX. She released some remixes of Airtime. So there you go. It's like the Snowman remix or something. I don't know. But then Bigger. Yeah, no, they're not having beef. They're quite the opposite. They're doing something special. But then Cardi has had her baby. Congratulations to her and that man. Now, the other man, Offset, is being hella fucking weird about it and is posting shit about how the baby's actually his or whatever. Cardi has said that she is somewhat afraid of Offset at this point, so we will be keeping an eye on that. But congratulations to Cardi on her new baby boy. Then we have a few releases from Charlie. Well, we have she released her new song for the Wuthering Heights album, Chains of Love, because that is the song that is on the first trailer that has now been released. I think that the movie actually looks pretty good. I know that other people are very upset about this movie coming out, especially Wuthering Heights fans, to which I say, here, let me find a solution for everybody. Here you go. If you don't like that this new movie might not be super accurate to the book, here are some other options of adaptations of this very famous book. There you go. I don't get it. I don't get it. I understand people being very precious about something like Wicked, because Wicked is something that has never had a film adaptation. But Wuthering Heights, it's there have been options. There have been many different versions. It's just a new version, you know? Not every version has to be accurate. But I think it looks really good, because I think part of the problem with Emerald Fennell as a filmmaker is that she is a very good director, not an incredible writer all the time. So I think the fact that there's already a built-in plot, even if she's, diverging from the most accurate interpretation, even if it's not a one-to-one adaptation, there still is a built-in structure that she'll be following, which makes me have a lot more hope for the movie overall, that Emerald is primarily just directing it. She's not creating a whole new story, which is, I think, the thing that is actually, that's been the thing that's had the most that's caused the most problems for her is when she has to write her own story. Yeah, there definitely is. There is stuff about the whitewashing. I get that part. And I think that that is a valid concern, but I have seen so many people picking it apart. Like, I don't even see people talking about the whitewashed characters as much as I see people being like, she wouldn't have had that kind of dress in this kind of, or in this era, in this year. It's like, come on. Who cares? The whitewashing for sure. That's something that can be a conversation, but that is not the conversation I'm seeing people have. I'm seeing people picking it apart for like the dumbest shit. Yeah, and there are a lot of people just using the whitewashing criticism as an excuse to be weird as fuck to her. Yeah. It is. It's just weird. The amount of people that are just so upset about this is very bizarre. But I think it looks fun. But anyway, so the song got released, and then this is also apparently the cover of the soundtrack. It's Margot Robbie's character putting a piece of toast in an egg. And then earlier today, Charlie did release the Chains of Love music video. The other big release this last week was FKA Twigs has released Eusexua Afterglow. So it is a sister album, essentially, to the Eusexua album that she put out earlier this year. She has released a lot of stuff for it already, which is good. So, like, Cheap Motel she released in, I think, September. Yeah, the end of September. She also released Predictable Girl, I think, on Tuesday. And then she released the music video for Hard earlier today. So, loving that. It's a very good album. I'm seeing a lot of love for Sushi. So I hope she does something with that soon, because I think that the fan, there's a big fan demand for that song to get serviced in some kind of way. She's done an interview with Rolling Stone, which was decent. I was very happy to hear at one point she does address the canceled tour dates and finally says it in a way of like, I am responsible for it. It's FKA Twigs as the brand name. So I do have to take responsibility for that. And I'm like, thank God. Because the last thing, the Hollywood Reporter interview she did where she just kind of shifted blame and was like, it was out of my control. I had nothing to do with it. I was like, oh no. I don't know that she's learned any lesson from that. But it does seem like she did. So I'm happy about that. Because I don't know. I was just like, I don't even know how this moves forward at this point if she still thinks that that all of that is out of her control. Because if she doesn't have a manager or anything, she's going around without a manager, then it's like, then it is all, you're essentially your manager now, which means that is in your control. That is your job. And even if it wasn't, even if you had a manager, then it would be your job to get a new manager if they're mismanaging you. But I'm happy to hear her take at least some amount of responsibility for it, because yeah, I don't know. Because she said something else during the interview where she was like, I thought that everyone hated the album or something, but then I go on tour and I see 80,000 people screaming the lyrics. I'm like, nope, nobody hated the album. I mean, maybe some people did. I'm sure some people didn't like it. And, she is an annoying fan base, kind of. She's kind of like Charlie XCX in that way, where she has a fan base that holds her to ridiculous standards and will make their problems with whatever her new release is very known. So I'm sure there were people that didn't love the new album and made that known to her. But for the most part, it was a critically acclaimed album. I didn't see anyone really hating on the project. The problem was more just like what happened after that. The kind of lack of promo, the canceled shows, the fact that like the furthest west she got in America was Chicago. She didn't perform anything further west than that because she canceled her shows in California. And specifically the big one is Coachella, like the filmed performance that would have gotten people really hyped up. She hasn't really done a whole lot of like big film stuff where like I think it's kind of the same issue that Demi Lovato has been having where it seems like her management team, this is Demi, because Demi does have a manager, but Demi's management team maybe just like, they think that because there's a lot of like fan love around it and a big like online following, that's gonna translate into larger discourse, and it just kind of doesn't. And especially with FKA Twigs being on like her own Discord and stuff, I think that she maybe didn't realize how much more stuff you have to do to get it like in the kind of cultural conversation that way. And yeah, her biggest album numbers wise, which is kind of like where I'm like, why did you think that it wasn't a big album? Or why? The only thing I could think of is that she just didn't hear the noise from it the same way that she has with some of her previous albums. But that's because I don't think she did as much promo. I don't think she was like as a part of the larger cultural conversation. But I'm hoping that at least now she's maybe kind of getting it a little bit more. She at least did this interview. She is doing some promo. She's doing multiple music videos. She also did a video and a song with another artist. I don't remember what the artist's name was because I've never heard of this person before, but it was called Viscous, the song. I really did like the song, and maybe I'll look into that artist a little bit more. But hopefully she's getting her shit together a little bit more with the promo. Or unless she doesn't want it. This is the thing for me where I'm like, I'm just a little bit confused at this point about what her goals are. Because I could be like, okay, well it did, yeah, Uklu. Is that how you say it? I could get if she just didn't care about being like a super mainstream artist, if she didn't care about having like a super large reach, but then the way that she was talking in that interview about feeling like there wasn't a lot of love or support for the album, I'm like, so I feel like you do actually want like a bigger, kind of more general mainstream audience. Okay, Lou. Okay. It sounds like Tuvalu. But yeah, I did really like that song. But I'm like, okay, so I feel like you do actually want a kind of more general audience, but then you're not really doing this stuff that would lean into that. So I'm just a little bit confused about what her goals are at the moment. But the album is good. The music is good. The music videos are also great. So I don't know if she's going to plan on doing any more tours or anything with this new, with Afterglow, but I would love to see it if she came back and did a few more rounds. Especially, again, like, get further west than Chicago, girl. Especially just do like one out in California. I mean, I don't live out there, so it doesn't really affect me. But it just is a weird move to make at this point. Oh yeah, there, I did have that thing up here. There's that Viscous song. She also is in a movie called The Carpenter's Son, which came out, oops, shit. It came out, I want to say on this last Friday. It was released wide, but it's not, or not released like super wide, but it got a release after its like festival debut or something. But it's not at my local movie theater, and we get most movies, so I don't know where it's playing. It's not getting great reviews, but her performance is getting one great review from her co-star, Nicolas Cage, who said that she is the best actor he's ever worked with, even surpassing Meryl Streep, which is quite the compliment. But yeah, I haven't heard really anything about the movie. I don't even know what it's about. It has something to do with Jesus. I've never seen, I know that FKA Twigs has done other movies and stuff before. I've never seen anything that she's in. So I don't know if she's a good actress. I mean, I've seen her in her music videos and she's good in those. But she was in a movie last year with, I think, one of those Skarsgård brothers. So she's up against like big actors like Nicolas Cage. He is, whatever you think of him, especially his like meme status, he is a very talented actor. And Bill Skarsgård is obviously a very talented actor. See, a Jesus horror movie. I would love a Jesus horror movie. but I haven't seen her in anything. I don't think she's ever done anything that's gotten a super wide release or has gotten like really good reviews. 'Cause this movie is not getting great reviews. So and she's in some other movies coming up too. I don't know exactly what movies, but I know that she's trying to get more into acting. So hopefully she does something that I can see her in. Oh, shit. What the hell? Why did it just go? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, that's it for our updates, I think. Yeah, that was it. Moving on to our new pop girly entries. So we have Bad Bunny, who earlier today, I didn't put this in the slides because it just happened earlier today, but I guess his last album, the one he put out in 2022, has reached some sort of crazy milestone. I think like 21, let me look it up. 21 billion streams or something on Spotify. Yeah, 21 billion streams, which is... It became the first album to surpass 21 billion streams in Spotify history. So I guess that makes it the most streamed album on Spotify ever. I know so much lore about this man. Well, feel free to drop it. Because I don't know that much lore about him, but I do like Bad Bunny. I've always liked Bad Bunny. So his album that came out earlier this year is, and I'm probably going to pronounce this incorrectly, so I apologize, but Debí Tirar Más Fotos. It released on January 5th. It translates to I should have taken more photos. It reached number 2 on the US Billboard charts. It probably would have reached number 1, except it was released on a Sunday, so it missed those first 2 days of like that tracking. But it has a 95 out of 100 on Metacritic, which is insane. I think that puts it in like the top 20 of the best reviewed albums on Metacritic. Every single song charted, which makes Bad Bunny the first Latin artist to attain over 100 songs on the Billboard 100. So, just fucking killing it on the numbers. And then, so the big kind of thing with the album, it's very focused on Puerto Rico. And I don't know, again, I'm not the best person to talk about this because I don't know that much. But I know, so I do have some notes. Puerto Rico has been a U.S. territory since 1898 after the Spanish-American War. In the 1950s, it became a U.S. Commonwealth with its own constitution and elected governor. However, it is subject to federal law and the Constitution, despite the fact that Puerto Rican residents cannot vote in presidential elections or have voting representatives in Congress, even though Congress still, their decisions do affect Puerto Rico, and obviously the presidency affects Puerto Rico. There also are pretty insane tax benefits for mainland Americans moving to Puerto Rico. So, like, I guess people in Puerto Rico, residents of Puerto Rico, they do pay federal taxes, but they don't pay federal income taxes. But they do pay to, like, the local Puerto Rican government. For people who move to Puerto Rico from America, they don't have to pay that local tax. So it is like a tax haven. There are a lot of tax incentives for people from mainland America moving to Puerto Rico, which is kind of a problem because there is a huge issue right now with like gentrification, and not just right now, but historically, but it seems to be increasing in recent years. Especially, do you remember that whole thing? I think, one of the Paul brothers, Jake Paul or Logan Paul, moved to Puerto Rico for tax purposes, and I think maybe got into a bit of a dust-up with Bad Bunny over that, because Bad Bunny called him out, or just called people out for doing that, for moving there for tax purposes. So a lot of people who don't even speak the language, don't speak Spanish, come to Puerto Rico just for the tax break, and then push a lot of Puerto Ricans out because Puerto Ricans, the economy there is not very good. A lot of Puerto Ricans have to move to either like Florida or New York City is where a lot of Puerto Ricans end up. So a lot of people get displaced from their homes for financial reasons, for job reasons. It is pretty depressing. So this whole album is kind of like a tribute to Puerto Rico, and it is a very like political album. And again, I'm not the right person to talk about this because I don't know all the details, but there's always been a debate about should Puerto Rico be given statehood, like Hawaii. And it's something that I guess historically Puerto Ricans have voted in favor of. However, that favorability has been dropping in Puerto Rico, especially because of a lot of mainland Americans moving to Puerto Rico and kicking Puerto Ricans out, essentially. Issues with that. Also, a lot of issues with the way that the U.S. government dealt with Hurricane Maria back in 2017, which killed 3,000 Puerto Ricans. It was one of the deadliest natural disasters in American history, and it was handled terribly by the U.S. government under the first Trump administration. If you remember, Trump, like, just throwing paper towels to people, and then he was later like, yeah, we did amazingly. It was so good. It was one of the best responses to a hurricane ever. But it wasn't. It was terrible. So after that, I think that the support for statehood did kind of decline a bit. And then, yeah, so as Sad Fox saying, the way they do voting sort of fudges a lot of the results. So there was a vote last November where I think 58-ish% of the voters supported statehood. But the voting certification took a long time, with some arguing that the delays may have led to miscounts, especially miscounts of votes against statehood. But even then, with the 58% of voters voting for statehood, it was still about 41.52% that voted for an alternative to statehood, including especially independence, which is a bigger number than previously. So there is a rising support for independence within Puerto Rico. And it seems that Bad Bunny is in favor of independence. It doesn't seem like he's super down with the idea of Puerto Rico becoming a U.S. state. I don't think he's said it super explicitly, but that is definitely a big theme on this new album. Especially there is a song called Lo que le pasó a Hawaii, which translates to what happened to Hawaii, where Bad Bunny is essentially saying that I don't want Puerto Rico to follow the trajectory of Hawaii and the way that tourism took over the Hawaiian Islands and kicked a lot of Hawaiians off of their ancestral land and made them move to the mainland America because, again, job opportunities, etc. And then also the Hawaiian culture has been really commodified in a way that it just kind of like dilutes their own culture. So that's what a lot of this album is about. And it is very, very good. It's very good musically. He also, in addition to the album itself, released this short film, which isn't like, normally when people release short films for their albums, it's mostly just like a longer music video, like a couple songs in one thing. This is not that. It's not a music video. It is an actual like short film. It's very good. It's on YouTube. It's 13-ish minutes long. It is very moving. It is very emotional. It has a little frog in it. The frog's name is Concho, which I guess, or I'm sorry, it's not a frog, it's a toad. I know there's a difference. It's a toad. This is a toad named Concho, which is, I guess, it's a frog that is native to the island. However, it is now endangered due to the imperialist exploitation of natural resources. So even the selection of the frog is very intentional. In the whole album, there's a lot of stuff like that. Like, I'm not the right person to talk about this because I don't get all the references. I don't really know that much of the history, but I know from like what I've read that it is a very detailed album in that sense. There's a lot of references that if you're very educated on Puerto Rican history, you will pick up. And it is just a good album. Like, it just sounds good. See, that's an album of bangers. We need to show that to Travis Kelce and have him understand what an actual banger sounds like. He has been promoting the fuck out of this album, though. So earlier this year, closer to when the album came out, he co-hosted The Late Show with Jimmy Fallon. And this is the thing that is so fun about Bad Bunny as well, is he's a great artist. He also is just very charming, very telegenic, very, very good at this kind of shit. Even as someone who is not a native English speaker and doesn't make music in English whatsoever, he is able to be on American television and like really just dazzle everybody. And I don't know, I'm so taken by him as like an artist and as a person. He is so charming and so cute. He's just adorable. And also hot. He's adorable and he's hot. Separately and also simultaneously. He also did a Tiny Desk concert. We love to see that. He then did a residency, a 31-show residency in Puerto Rico. It's called No Me Quiero Ir de Aquí. It translates to I Don't Want to Go. It was a 31-show residency. The tickets for the first 9 shows could only be bought in person across 9 public locations for Puerto Rican residents only. The final show was also only available for residents. But then the interim shows, the ones in between that, they all took place during hurricane season, which the tourist economy has become kind of one of the big economy boosters for a while. But the hurricane season, tourism obviously drops because of the hurricanes. So for him to do it during hurricane season, he took the time of the year where the economy is kind of at the worst, and he managed to boost the local economy by an estimated $200 to $400 million, which is crazy. There also is this very funny and cute video from one of the shows where he does out himself as, in fact, a bad bunny. Oh, God. Yeah, he needs to get his hopping down. Maybe someday he'll be a good bunny. Then he was in Happy Gilmore 2, co-starring with Travis Kelce. So it is a Taylor Swift approved performance. I'm gonna play a clip of them talking about it on the New Heights podcast. Because, listen, I tried to watch the movie. I really, really tried. For sure, Bad Bunny's performance is, like, the best thing about the movie, which is why I watched it, because I kept hearing everybody, including Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, talking about how good Bad Bunny is in this movie. And so I was like, okay, well, I like Bad Bunny, and I like to laugh. And I've seen the first Happy Gilmore. So I was like, all right, let's watch it. I could not even finish this fucking movie. I think I had 30 minutes left. It is so unfunny. God bless anyone who enjoyed it. I did not. But I did enjoy Bad Bunny. He was still the best part to me. But yeah, I did not find that movie funny at all.
Exquisite performance.
Bad Bunny and the Bear killed that scene. And
yeah,
Travis.
Bad Bunny. He absolutely delighted me in that movie.
He was so good.
Would you like a
he's
breadstick?
amazing. His comedic timing is so good. There's this one part where they look over, where they're like, "Who did that?" And like his name is Oscar. His character's name is Oscar in it,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yep.
And it's like his brother gets hit by the golf ball, and they look over and they're like, "Who did that? Who
He's
did
got
that?"
that
And
look on
they
his
do. There's a face that Bad Bunny makes, and they do the kind of the
Zoom
quick
in.
pan in, the zoom.
Yeah.
And it was just, I was like, who thought of that? How did they know he could be that? I was like, I watched it 5 times.
Benito kills it. He absolutely
really
kills
He's
it.
so funny. He's so good. But he's also
Sushi.
like
No.
I felt so much for this character. I'm so excited to go to his restaurant. Like, I thought this was a real man. I believed this.
Whose idea was arriving to the air?
So yeah, critically acclaimed performance in a fucking terrible movie. God damn. Oh fuck, took myself off. And then he did host Saturday Night Live. He was funny there as well. Very cute. And he is touring the US. It's going to start at the end of the month. Or no, he's not touring the US. He's doing a world tour, but he is not touring the US. And he did make a statement about that. He said, there was an issue of like fucking ICE could be outside of my concert, and it's something that we were talking about and very concerned about. So there are no US dates here. Because honestly, just fuck America. Just in general, but also again, as he's saying, there is a risk about ICE being outside of his concerts and trying to find people that they can kick out of the country. So I think he made the right decision. It is kind of a bummer for American fans, but it makes sense. And also, you know, I mean, the whole album that he put out is about Puerto Rico and trying to establish Puerto Rican independence. And part of that means like saying that not everything revolves around the United States. You don't have to be associated with the United States to have a prosperous country. So him not touring the US, it just makes sense to me thematically even. It's a kind of a bummer for anyone who wanted to go, who lives in the US, but oh well. We've had a lot of great shows for a very long time. He is, however, doing one US show, and he did mention that. So next year in, what is it, February? Is that when they do it? He will be doing one US show at the Super Bowl. And he did announce it with this tweet, which was tweeted in Spanish, but I have the translation here. He said, I've been thinking about it these days, and after discussing it with my team, I think I'll do just one date in the United States. And it's a date that everyone gets to see. So, best of both worlds. Don't have to tour this fucking country, but you also do something that gives a lot of people a lot of access to seeing your show. Now, of course, some people are having a lot of problems with this, including racist conservatives, such as Tomi Lahren, who, if you don't remember, she was a big deal a long time ago. She looks so different now. She's clearly gotten so much work done. She's like almost unrecognizable. The only thing that I can really recognize her from is her voice.
You think Bad Bunny's a good choice for the Super Bowl?
I'm not that like knowledgeable about him, but it seems fine, and I don't know why it's a big deal. Seems like a great American artist, so sure.
He's
why
not an American artist, but
He's Puerto Rican. That's part of America, dear.
He is quite literally an American
you think
artist.
Bad Bunny?
Whether or not he wants to be, maybe he would prefer to just be a Puerto Rican artist and have Puerto Rico exist as its own independent nation. But he is an American artist, whether you like it or not. It's just so fucking weird, too, that it's like, we've given Puerto Ricans, like, no choice. That, like, yeah, you're a part of America. You can't vote for the president. Can't have congressional representation, but you are American. Because we've decided that you are. We've taken ownership of it. And then even the smallest thing of, like, a Puerto Rican artist headlining the Super Bowl, then we're like, oh no, that doesn't count though. You're not that American. Just annoying. This fucking racist ass country. But he did win. He won 5 Latin Grammys recently, including Album of the Year. So hopefully that is a good indication of what's to come, because I do, and I said it last time, I think that he does have the Album of the Year. And I think that he does deserve that top prize. I've heard some people saying the Clips album is also really good. I haven't listened to it, but for me, it's Bad Bunny or Lady Gaga. And the Lady Gaga is just a pure stan bias. It really is Bad Bunny. He should win. He's nominated for a few things, Album of the Year. He's also nominated for Record of the Year and Song of the Year. Nominated for Best Album Cover. And also Global Music Performance, whatever that means, and Musica Urbana Album, which I'm assuming just means, like, an album in Spanish. But I guess I don't know what the exact translation of that is. But this makes him the first Spanish language artist to earn 3 nominations across the Big 4 categories. And I think Big 4 includes Best New Artist, so that one would have just been impossible for him to get anyway. But then he also has the first non-English song to compete for Record of the Year and Song of the Year simultaneously. So I feel very... I think he should win. Album of the Year. Record of the Year and Song of the Year, I do still want to go to Gaga. But Album of the Year, I do think should go to Mr. Bunny. And I'm very excited to see his Super Bowl performance. Now, from one Puerto Rican Super Bowl performer to another, we have Miss Jennifer Lopez, who is also Puerto Rican. She wasn't born in Puerto Rico, so she is, she was born, I think, in New York City, or maybe somewhere in New York. But her parents are both Puerto Rican immigrants. Not immigrants, because it's like, well, I don't know. What do you call it at that point? Because it's like they don't have the citizenship that a mainland American would have, but they are American citizens. I don't know what you would call it. Is that an immigrant? Oh, yeah, she is. She's from the Bronx. You're very right. From the Bronx, as she yells in that song, where that allegedly might be one of the only things that she's actually singing on that track, but that's a different conversation. So she had a somewhat big year. She hosted the AMAs, which... a step citizen. Yeah, that kind of is what it is. Citizen-in-law. It's so fucked up, the way that we just, like, take countries and then don't give them, like, normal citizenship. Oh, what a terrible, terrible place. So she hosted the American Music Awards. It was a terrible award show. Just awful. But that's not her problem. Oh, they're full citizens if in the United States. So that, there we go. So that wouldn't be I guess you would not call her parents immigrants. You would just call them citizens who moved to an area they could vote in. She also released a song on her birthday. It's just called Birthday. And then she did a little tour, the Up All Night Live in 2025 tour, which hasn't been making too much noise, but every once in a while, there have been some little clips that have shown up. And it is so funny, this theme of Jennifer Lopez's life, where no matter what's happening in her life, or no matter what is happening to her, she just always looks good. So ignore the Ollie London part of this. Just, if you know who he is, just pretend you don't. Here's her experiencing a wardrobe malfunction on stage. I think this was during her birthday performance. I have to mute it because of the copyright. But look at that. She just can't help looking glamorous and beautiful. She can't help it. And then there was this one. I'm hoping this one doesn't get copyright claimed because hopefully there's not too many identifying notes in it. But here's a cricket coming up her body. Did she know the entire time that the bug was on her, or do we think that she just found out when it went onto her neck? Either way, what a recovery. Just, you will never catch her slipping. Oh my god, and even the way, she's so good. She's so good at being so beautiful all the time. Yeah, that is a showgirl. You are very right. Oh, and then also, I think there is a new Vegas residency. Let me see what I wrote. Yep, she's following up the Up All Night Vegas, following up All Night live in 2021, live in 2025 with the Up All Night Vegas residency that will start at the end of the year. Now, the other thing that she did this year is Kiss of the Spider-Woman, which is a movie. It's a musical. She's also the co-executive producer, but she's starring in it. I haven't watched it yet, but I guess it's great. I guess it's fantastic, and she's fantastic in it. It is underperforming at the box office. It is actually doing really terribly financial-wise, but it's getting critical acclaim, especially her performance. So there is some talk about her maybe getting some nominations during award season. That would be great. She definitely seems to really want to be taken seriously as an actress. So I hope this works for her, though I don't know, because I just feel like not that many people saw the movie. So I don't know if it's going to get nominated for anything, but I guess she's good in it. And then I guess I don't really know what's going on with her and Ben Affleck. They've been separated. And I don't know if their divorce was finalized. But now they're like on red carpets together, and they're kind of cozy, and she was talking very well of him in a lot of interviews, because I guess he was a producer on this movie, The Kiss of the Spider-Woman. So she was very thankful to him for that I guess he is really a big part of how the movie even got made. But then they were on red carpets, being very close, being very cozy, and I could say that it was just, them. Do they have kids together? They both have kids separately, I know. But I don't know if they have kids together. But it makes sense to me that they would keep a good relationship for the kids, for like a co-parenting relationship, even if it's just like a step-parenting thing. And I also, it's just nice when people don't hate each other. But I saw one video, and I'm not going to put it on screen because it was a paparazzi video that was taken from far away enough where I'm like, oh, I don't even know if they knew that video was being taken. But like, I saw one video where I'm like, they might be fucking again. I don't know. It's a little messy. It's a little It's like, just make up your mind, guys. To separate a second time, to get married and then separate a second time, and then for me to see a video of you like low-key kissing, kind of making out. It's like, did you jump the gun a little bit with the separation? Kind of seems like you still like each other. But whatever, I don't know. None of my business. But I'm keeping my eye on them. Yeah, they are. They are Liz Taylor and Richard Burton. I don't know what's going on with them, though. Then from Jennifer Lopez to someone who does not know her, we have Mariah Carey, who did have a fairly big year this year. So she released the 20th anniversary of the emancipation of Mimi. She was also on Barbra Streisand's new album. She did a song with Ariana Grande. Look at that card. This looks like my old piano teacher. And like when she would release albums. It's just giving very that. And I love it. Good for her. And then she released Here for It All, which is her new album. Or no, not her new album. Maybe it was a... Yes, it's the album. That's the album. Here for It All is the album. It debuted at number 7 on Billboard. She released a new song called Type Dangerous. It's one of the singles from the album. It peaked at 95 on Billboard. It won a VMA for the Best R&B Video, which is the first VMA she has ever won, which is crazy. But then in addition to receiving her first ever VMA award, she also received the Video Vanguard Award, which is presented to her by Ariana Grande. She also did a performance, as most people do when they get that award. Most people, not including Britney Spears in 2011, but let's not talk about that. The performance was fine. It is a little bit weird, especially because of the amount that Ariana was hyping her up prior about, like, what an insane vocalist she is, and she is. But then it was very clear that she was lip-syncing throughout the entire, not the entire performance maybe, but definitely through most of it, which I guess has become a thing for her. I have a friend who is a big Mariah stan who has gone to see her at, I think in Vegas, where she had a residency for a minute, or she maybe toured, I don't remember. But I guess she's just kind of been lip-syncing for a couple of years, which is kind of, it's disappointing because she does have such a powerful voice. But I think maybe the thing that really spooked her was that New Year's Eve performance where her ear thing got fucked up, and then there was just a very embarrassing performance that followed that she got a lot of shit for. So I think maybe she's a little hesitant to perform at this point without any sort of playback, which is unfortunate. But, you know, it is what it is. She's been doing a fair amount of promo for this album, though, including going on Kai Cenat's stream, which really feels beneath her. But okay, I mean, I think she's got kids, and maybe her kids watch Kai Cenat. But I was like, oh my god, how did he get Mariah Carey? It almost just makes me uncomfortable, the thought of, like, Mariah Carey just being in a random Twitch streamer's house. I guess not random, he's a huge Twitch streamer, so if she was going to be on anyone's stream, it would be her. But it doesn't feel right even just seeing her in this environment. Oh. But good for her. It also is like, did they change the lighting for her? She looks so brightly lit that I have to imagine they had to get new lighting for her. And that also seemed to be the case she did one of those Pitchfork over or underrated videos where she is, again, she's like glowing. And that is not how the other videos on that channel are lit. So good for her. You know, it's like, yeah, she might be in some new environments, but Mariah Carey is Mariah Carey. You couldn't pay me any amount of money to be a streamer or watch streamers. I have to admit, when I was watching the AMAs, I hated the AMA broadcast so much. And there was also those rumors about Taylor Swift maybe performing or making an appearance. So I realized while watching it that, the AMAs are off by like 30 seconds or whatever, but I saw Kai Cenat in the audience and I was like, oh my God, Kai Cenat is streaming from the AMA audience. And so I went to watch Kai Cenat stream because he wasn't on any sort of delay. His is just live. So I was like, okay, if Taylor Swift shows up, I'm going to see it on Kai Cenat's stream before I see it on the actual AMAs. And then I watched his stream for a bit, and it was just kind of fun watching Kai Cenat walk around. It had nothing really to do with him. I mean, well, he was kind of cute and fun. It was kind of cute watching him, like, react to the performers. But there is just something kind of fun about just watching someone, like, walk around backstage at the AMAs. Looked lame as fuck. Like, the food they had out, it was just, like, some bags of chips and stuff when he went backstage. I was like, that looks terrible. So the AMA's part of it sucked, but I was like, it is sort of endearing just to watch Kai Cenat walk around. So, he seems fun. He seems kind of unproblematic. Well, I don't know. Is he? I don't know much about him. He's very young. I didn't realize that. He is very, very young. But he was cute. He was fun. Cute enough to get Mariah Carey, I suppose. But then there is a little bit of controversy surrounding Mariah. So every year she does this It's Time video. She's always just released it, like, I think just on her social media. It's supposed to represent the transition from Halloween to Christmas when Mariah announces that it's time. She's always just released it on her social media. This year is the first year that it's been a part of a sponsorship. She's done an advertisement for Sephora. And it's not amazing. So, yeah, It's Time tradition. So that's one of the videos there. She just gets, like, defrosted. Oh, shit. And it's fun. I can't play the audio because she is singing. But it's always just been a cute thing that she does. This is the first time she's done it as an ad. And then, so let's read this. The 2025 edition begins with Carey dressed in a white gown with angel wings. Halloween slayed, but now it's time, she says as she begins to sing in her signature high pitch. However, Carey is interrupted as she notices that her bag of Sephora beauty products has been ransacked. Spill the tea. Who's the thief, she says. Comedian Billy Eichner, dressed as an elf, walks away and says, "Busted. Bad news, Mariah Carey. The elves are striking this year. Elf revenge for putting us through holiday hell. Santa's helper quit. I'm pawning all this so I can afford elf therapy. That's my blush, elf boy, Carey quips. Your lipstick, I'm taking it. Christmas, it's canceled. No bells, no cheer, no glam. Bye, sweetie, Eichner says. An indignant Carey then says, you can't cancel Christmas. Any last words, Eichner says. Yeah, Carey says. It's time. As she sings, Eichner freezes and transforms into a snowman. Carey then appears dressed in a Santa-inspired ensemble, driving a sleigh. As she makes her way around the world, she drops a Sephora bag into one chimney. Carey captioned the video with the hashtag Sephora partner and the words, it's time. So it low-key seems like anti-union propaganda and anti-striking propaganda. This idea that the elves are striking because Santa is treating them like little slaves. And that means that Christmas was canceled and Mariah Carey has to override the elves and their strike by, I guess, delivering the Sephora bags themselves. It's not good. Especially like this year of all years when the American economy is not doing super hot right now, lot of different unions and different, just unions are on strike. I don't know if Sephora has any plans to strike. I know that Starbucks unions had been talking about striking during Red Cup Day. I don't know if they actually ended up doing that. I hope they did. I used to work at Starbucks and I fucking hate Red Cup Day, and I hope they striked every single one of them. I hope no one got their red cup. But some people probably got their red cups. But yeah, this year of all years to do an anti-striking ad, very weird. And then also, isn't the whole point of the song that you don't need material goods? Why would you not getting your Sephora bag mean that Christmas is canceled? I thought the whole point of the song is that that's not what Christmas is about. That all you need is like that one special person or something, not your blush. It's just a weird way to even advertise your own song that you wrote. You know what it means. Very weird. Very weird. Yeah, she is a little out of touch. But, and part of it is like, that's kind of what you like about Mariah. But at the same time, it's like, but you wrote a song about how you don't need stuff for Christmas. You just need like love or something. Like, you wrote the song. You know what it's about. Oh well. And then our next girly, Miss Ariana Grande. So she's done a lot this year. She released Brighter Days Ahead, which is like a deluxe edition from her Eternal Sunshine album from last year. But it is a deluxe edition with like quite a few new songs. I think maybe 5 or 6 new songs. And they're all great. And there's a whole new extended intro from the original. It is very, very good. She also released a short film alongside of it. And this was really, like, when I watched the short film, I, like, cried quite a bit. And it wasn't even really about the content of the short film. It was just the fact that she made it. Because Ariana is one of those people where I think she felt really burnt out for a long time. And there was kind of a question of, like, does she even really want to release music? And if she does release music, does she want to do all the, like, big promo stuff for it, you know? Or are we just gonna get some, like, surprise drops every couple years, and then that's it? Like, she just releases the album, and then she moves on. And the fact that she made a deluxe edition, and then made an entire, like, little short film for the deluxe edition, I was like, oh my god, she does still want to do this. That's so beautiful. And then she did kind of confirmed that a little bit ago in an interview. She said, I think it got away from me in a way I didn't expect. There's a thing that comes along with your dreams coming true that feels dangerous at times. Nothing prepares you for what comes with it. Until quite recently, it was hard for me to navigate, and I think it stripped a lot of joy out of this for me. And by the way, I have a different team now. Said with love, but that was a piece, which people are interpreting to be she's now moved away from being managed by Scooter Braun. Maybe that does have something to do with it. But yeah, hearing her say that the music and that part of it, like her life got away from her, I was like, yeah, that is what it felt like. It felt like you weren't really in it for a minute. That you didn't feel super motivated to continue on that journey. And it is just very nice to see that she in fact does still like making music, and to a point where she wants to make things to promote it. Thank God. Especially, it's like once the girls start getting their little beauty brands at this point, I'm like traumatized. She's got the REM beauty thing, and I was like, oh, this is it. She's done. But no, she's not. She also won quite a few VMAs this year, which is fantastic because the Grammys aren't giving her shit. I don't understand. I do think Eternal Sunshine was the best album of her career. But she's also had good albums before that, and has she ever won any Grammys? She didn't win anything last year. I just don't know, what do they want from her? So I guess the VMAs had to step in and give her some awards, thank God. She was super cute the whole night. Again, she did present the Mariah Carey tribute. Her and Mariah had some cute interactions together. She also sat next to Gaga, which was fun to see. And she won lots and lots of awards and was super cute, thanking people. She is also touring her new album. Small-ish tour, but definitely, small-ish in terms of the locations. She's not coming to Detroit, as many people are not. But there are a lot of dates here. Like, she's doing quite a lot. She's doing 4 in Brooklyn, and then a few in London as well. Didn't get tickets to this because those sold out very quickly and were very expensive. But I am happy to see that she at least wants to tour again. Yeah, Annunciation maybe. But the thing is that on the new album, now that she's graduated the Wicked Academy of Annunciation, I don't think that the Annunciation was as big of a problem on this recent album compared to her last one. So they have no excuses. You can hear every word. Give her an award. Okay, she has won a few, so that's good. She's doing a lot of acting projects still, in addition to music and touring. She is going to be in the season 13 cast of American Horror Story because Ryan Murphy just keeps... Nothing can stop him. And he's got Jessica Lange back too. I don't know how he keeps doing this. And there's something else in that lane that I'm also not the most thrilled about, but we'll get to it in a second. So yeah, I guess she's going to be in the new American Horror Story season. I'm kind of wondering with Jessica Lange coming back and it being the 13th season, I'm wondering if it's going to be the last season. So maybe I'll watch it, but I haven't watched since Hotel, and I didn't even finish Hotel. And that had Lady Gaga in it. I didn't finish Hotel, and it had Lady Gaga. I was also in my freshman year of college, though, so that had a lot to do with it. Or maybe sophomore year. But still. Didn't make any effort to watch that season. She's also going to be in the new Meet the Parents movie. This one is, what's it called? Focker-in-Law. So I believe they've already filmed it. And she's also going to be in Oh, the Places You Will Go, like a Dr. Seuss adaptation. So, in a lot of movies still, in a lot of projects as an actress. Now, unfortunately, while she was filming, I believe, Focker-in-Law, she got into a bit of an issue with her plane. So I believe she was filming the Focker-in-Law movie, and then her flight, for some reason, got canceled. She was supposed to go to Brazil for the premiere of Wicked, Part 2, Wicked for Good. And there was an issue with her flight. She couldn't get another flight. Here's her explaining it. She made this little video for the Brazilian audience at the premiere.
Hi, you guys. It's me, Ariana. I just wanted to say how I tried absolutely everything humanly possible to fix this and to get me there. My original flight was delayed 16 hours, and then we had to deplane. And by the time we started checking to see if I could get on other flights, I even tried to get on Johnny's flight. There were no seats available. And then we started calling around like crazy people, trying to find a private jet. And the problem is, in order to fly private into Brazil, you need a permit, which takes 48 hours for them to approve and process, which I didn't know, obviously, until now. And the only reason why I didn't leave days early was because I've been working, and I was so excited about this moment that I literally had a countdown. I was like counting down to this moment with you all. I've been so excited, and I've been looking forward to it. It was important to me to tell you how hard we tried, and that you know how important Brazilian fans are to me, and how important you are to us, to the Wicked family. We appreciate your love so much. We're so lucky to have you and to be starting this tour off in Sao Paulo. So yeah, I just wanted to say that and express my gratitude and my deepest apologies for not being there right now. I'm devastated, and I will make it up to you. And most importantly is I hope you have the most beautiful night tonight, and that you enjoy the brilliant performances of Cynthia Erivo and Jonathan Bailey, and the brilliant work of John and Chu and this entire Wicked family. They are so lucky to be there with you tonight, because the love of the Brazilian fans is unlike anything in the entire world. And I am with you in spirit, and I just love you, and I will make this up to you. Thank you for your understanding, and I hope it's a really beautiful night tonight. Please, please, please enjoy Wicked for Good.
So it's just kind of a bummer, but this is sort of one of the problems of doing so much stuff. She was filming in, I don't know where she was filming, but she was filming for Meet the Fockers or something else. And it's like, when you have so much stuff back to back like that, if one flight gets canceled, you are just kind of fucked completely. And she does seem pretty distressed about it. I don't think this is what she wanted to happen at all. I do think that she tried her best, but it is what it is. This is kind of what happens when you're so booked, when you're so overscheduling yourself, where you getting somewhere at any particular time is like the make or break for you being able to participate in something. So it sucks for her. It does also suck for Brazil. But there was a very, very large reaction to this that just does not seem proportional at all to the amount that was in her control. So there were a lot of people very upset with her and issuing death threats, essentially, or saying that she wasn't trying hard enough. And it's just like, it's for a premiere as well. I think if it were for like a concert or something, then there's more of an expectation of like, she needs to schedule everything in advance for that, where she can't be doing something back to back like that. But for a premiere, I'm like, I get it. I get that Brazil doesn't get as many artists there and as many people promoting stuff there as they should. But ultimately, the movie's going to come out, and the other stars were there that evening. So it really sucks. It sucks that it all kind of fell onto her. And I don't know. I think that she maybe... I mean, if she feels happy where she's at, then I guess that's one thing. But it's like, this is sort of just a thing that worries me about her doing so much stuff. Not only are you getting into these situations where if you have a flight that's missed, you're fucking your entire, like, premiere weekend up. But also, it's like, even if she had gone to that premiere, she would have just gone straight from filming something to being on a red carpet and being asked to do these interviews. And maybe even, I'm not sure if she said something about Cynthia and Jonathan performing. I don't know if she had a performance planned at the premiere, but whichever, it's like, that is just a lot of work for anyone to do, period. So, just a bad moment for everybody. It sucks. Then she did do something for, what was it called? It was an NBC thing. Oh, I don't remember, but it was some like NBC special. I think it was like One Night Only or something like that. One Night in Oz. It was a thing a special where she and some of the other people in the movie sang some of the songs from the movie. She sang Popular with this cute little kid on the stage. It was really adorable. And it also is like, I have some issues with the Wicked movie from a filmmaking standpoint. There are things about like the camera angles and the color grading and just a few different things where I think that the directing could have been a little stronger, and it does somewhat worry me that it's the same person directing the upcoming Britney biopic, but it's okay. He seems like a nice person, so I guess there's that. But seeing the special, I was like, it really, really, like, as much issues as I have with the movie, the casting is fantastic. Like, every performer in the film does an incredible job. They are absolutely the right people for those roles. And it was nice to kind of see them in a stage environment where I could really just focus on them as performers rather than thinking about, like, why the fuck did he light it like this? What is wrong with him? Why is the camera work in the rehearsal videos better than the camera work in the movie? I could put all that aside and just admire Ariana and Cynthia Erivo and every other performer from those films. So that was a really nice moment. And look, she's got a bedazzled mic just like me. Not right now. This one's not bedazzled. But they have really been in promo mode, just doing a fuck ton of shit. So she's, for one thing, no longer fully blonde. And I think that the way that she's handling this transition is really smart, where she's not going all the way full dark like she had been before. She is still kind of like a light brown-ish, but she's transitioning out of her Glinda era. If she ever stops talking like this, I'm not sure. But there is a transition happening here.
We've gotten rid of the blonde.
We're a lighter brown now, and it's fun to play with the storytelling on the press tour. You know, with the first press tour, I kind of wanted to celebrate Glinda in a more on-the-nose way and be like an extension of her and like extend the time with her through clothes, through the blonde and through everything. And now I can kind of show up as the actress that played her and play into like the darker tones of the movie, and sort of it's fun to play with hair and makeup and fashion as an extension of what the story is doing. It's really fun. Yeah.
We've gotten rid of the blonde.
This is another moment. It's a very small moment, and I almost just didn't even want to acknowledge it, but here was something at a red carpet that she was asked.
TV show. I really enjoyed Monster the Ed Gein story. The Great vs. Bake Off or the Great vs. Bake Off.
What did you enjoy about it? Literally what? It's a bad show. What? Is it just because she likes Ryan? She just wants to support him? Girl, what? But whatever, moving on. So something else from the promo, this is also a big old bummer. I think this was from the same day as her comment about the Ed Gein story. But this is, where was this? Is this in Singapore? I think so. But here she gets attacked. We do have multiple angles from this. I'm going to show one more. This one is honestly, this angle's a little bit closer, and this one is really upsetting because you can see Ariana's reaction here. This guy just like, he jumps the barricades and then he like grabs onto her, puts his arm around her. She seems pretty freaked out by it. Cynthia jumps in immediately. Oh. It is just so upsetting. Especially because her concerts have been targeted by terrorist attacks before. So, like, she has PTSD from it, which she's talked about. She's not always comfortable in public spaces like that because of things like that happening. And you can tell that she is very freaked out. Like, oh my God. And all three of them are so small. And I don't want to, like, bring this up as, like, a thing to body shame them or whatever, but it's like, it really makes you realize, like, how defenseless they would be in, like, an actually physically dangerous situation. Even, like, Cynthia definitely has a good amount of muscle on her, but at the end of the day, if you weigh less than, like, a certain amount of pounds, you can get taken down pretty easily. It is just really frightening. And thank God so many people stepped in so quickly. And people have been, like, talking about the security. The security should have never let him over the barricade. And it's like, yeah, in a perfect world. But the scary part about it is like, it just takes one person being really dedicated. Because you can't have, it's not like there's a whole line of security people with their arms out stopping anybody. To be honest, a lot of people could do this if they had the motives for it. And we have to just be kind of thankful that most people don't. Most people don't really want to put famous people like that in, like, physical danger. Some of them do, but most people that are there are just fans that do kind of care about the people that they watch, their well-being. But then also, like, most people are just intimidated by the security guards there. Of, like, if I do something like this, I'm gonna get the shit beat out of me. So most people don't ever go to that place. But it just takes one crazy person who doesn't give a fuck to ruin it. And this is a person who has done this before with multiple people. So this is him, Ariana. I don't know about this arrested thing because he was sentenced to, I think, 9 days in prison recently, maybe today. So 9 days doesn't feel like a whole lot of time for me. But I guess at least there's some consequence for what he's done. But he's done this with other people before. He's done it with The Weeknd. He's done it with Katy Perry. He did it during an Olympic final. And the Chainsmokers. Who even gives enough of a fuck about the Chainsmokers to attempt something like this? So yeah, this is a serial assaulter. And someone just needs to beat the shit out of him, if we're being honest. Like, you just gotta just get the shit beat out of you just one time, just as a learning experience, you know? Just so you never, ever do it again. But I guess at least he's been given 9 days in prison. Yeah, and TikTok needs to take his account down, to be honest. I agree. Any social media platform, whenever anyone does something like this, you should get an immediate lifetime ban. Because this is setting a precedent for other people to try stuff like this if they think that they can get attention from it. Even if it's like, oh, I can spend 9 days in prison, and then at least I'll get, 5 million views or whatever. There has to just be no incentive. And there's no incentive if you get kicked off of every social media platform. But Cynthia was at least there to help protect Ariana. They have obviously grown very close. And this, I almost, I was like, this can't be real, but I checked. This is the Pop Crave account. This is the real account. And they're reporting this is from Variety. I saw this earlier today. It says Cynthia Erivo has lost her voice and will not be doing interviews at the Wicked for Good premiere in New York tonight. Ariana will also be skipping interviews in solidarity. Like, girl, what? What do you mean it's solidarity? She just can't do it because her voice, she lost her voice. You didn't lose your voice. Go do interviews. What are you talking about? She just doesn't want to do interviews, I think, and is using that as, like, the excuse, or they're just so fucking codependent that she's like, I cannot do interviews without Cynthia. But it's like, what does in solidarity mean? Because Cynthia really, really wanted to do interviews, and she's so sad that you're not going to do any interviews now so that she feels supported. Like, no, she didn't want to do the interviews in the first place, and neither do you. So now you're using it as your excuse, which is fine. Just don't do it. But the in solidarity thing is just taking me out. What does that mean? No, I think genuinely there's a weird codependency there. There is, for sure. Because there's something else, too. So, as we've discussed, Ariana is going on tour. And it seems like Cynthia might just be going on tour with her.
Sunshine tour coming up. Is there maybe another opportunity to extend this story, maybe on stage with a little bit more music?
I was told to come and sing.
She was told.
I said I'm gonna come and visit. She
Right.
said to sing.
You said you're going to be clocking in.
Okay.
I'm not one to tell, but I told.
I know that's
I
right.
said, please come. I said, you are coming. Please come.
And
Yeah.
sing.
And
Yeah.
sing.
I said, okay.
Okay, no problem.
Fine.
Indeed.
Someone be there.
Yeah, indeed. You know it. You know it. And we'll see you tomorrow. We got something very special for you tomorrow.
So I'm interested in seeing, like, is Cynthia maybe just going to be on a few dates? Or is Cynthia just going to tour with her? Or is there just going to be a Cynthia portion of the Eternal Sunshine tour? Either way, I love it. I hope that she's at every show. They're so funny. What are they gonna do now that they're not in a movie together? I don't know. Now, as much as it may not seem like it, Ariana does have another partner, Ethan Slater. There were some rumors about them breaking up or like not being in a good place or whatever. Those seem to be made up. There were some reports, but all the reports are like very like, insider tells us. But Ethan has posted onto his Instagram from them doing the promo, and he is, this is a small thing, but he did post a photo of him with Ariana. So I would assume they're still together. This is from 5 days ago. But I don't know. If I were Ethan or if I were Cynthia's partner, I'd feel a certain way about the two of them and their relationship. But that's none of my business. None of my business whatsoever. Moving on to our final girly of the night. Look at how fast we're going. Oh, wait, and then also this. So, Wicked for Good is Fandango's best PG-rated ticket pre-seller of all time. So I'm sure the movie is going to be very, very big. It's the first I'm hearing about it being PG, which I guess what else would it be rated? But just hearing it, I was like, oh, damn. I would have loved a PG-13 movie. But I guess it makes sense. Like, what would be in the movie that would make it PG-13? Nothing. And I am looking forward to this one. I know that a lot of people don't like part 2 of Wicked, like, in the play. And I understand why, because it's like, the pacing is just very, very weird in part 2. That's kind of where everything really starts to happen. Part 1 is more of like the setup for the story, but because it's paced so much like slower, where it's like them getting to know each other and this like rising tension, and then everything that happens in part 2 is just so like slapped together. It is rough, pacing wise, but I think that it also has the most potential because there is so much that happens in it, and it does make me feel a little bit better that they did split the movie into 2, because it's like you're already just giving yourself more time to really explore everything that happens in part 2, and they've added, I think, 2 songs to part 2 to For Good is what it's called. So I'm looking forward to it. I feel like it could be really good. Or maybe it'll suck. I don't know. It doesn't look like the lighting or color grading has gotten any better from what I've seen so far. But oh well. I'm sure the rest of it will be good. Oh, and then, yeah, there's that guy. Oh, and she is going to be the host for the final episode of the year for Saturday Night Live. She's going to do the show right before Christmas, which is usually like the big episode that they do. Like, there's definitely, this is kind of the episode where she would have the best chance of getting nominated for like an Emmy for hosting. And she's got a musical guest that is pretty iconic, Cher. I think this is the first time Cher has been on SNL since the 80s. So this is pretty exciting. I can't wait to watch that. And then also Josh O'Connor, gonna be right before her, and with the musical guest of Miss Lily Allen. So, and I like Melissa McCarthy too. I don't know, is Melissa McCarthy doing something? What's she promoting? I don't know who Dijon is. Or maybe I do. It sounds familiar. But for sure I'll watch these 2 episodes. And I'll probably watch that one too. And then she is nominated, but she is only nominated for other, like for Wicked. She's nominated as part of the pop duo/group performance with Cynthia in a song that is mostly just Cynthia. And then she's nominated as part of the compilation soundtrack. So she has some nominations, but nothing for the short film she made, nothing for the album she put out. I get maybe there was nothing on the deluxe edition where you're like, oh, that needed a Grammy nomination. I don't understand why the short film isn't nominated for like best music video or whatever. I don't get it. I don't get it. But whatever. And then our final girly of the night, Ms. Jade. So Jade is someone who I think that, like, if you're really paying attention to pop music, you know who Jade is, and you appreciate Jade. Many people do stan Jade, but she's not super big in America at the moment because it doesn't seem like she's done a whole lot of American promo at all. But she is fucking killing it across the pond. So this is her at the Brit Awards this year. This is her performance for Angel of My Dreams. An absolutely insane performance. I really wish that I could play it, but I know I'm definitely gonna get copyright claim for both the song and also just from the Brit Awards. But oh my god, if you haven't seen the performance, go watch the performance. It's so good. And the song is also good, but I couldn't include the song really because it was technically released last year. But the song is good. She also won Best Pop Act. This is her first solo Brit Award. She used to be, if you don't know who Jade is, maybe you know Little Mix, the girl group that she was a part of. They are also like primarily just a British act. They don't have a whole lot of American crossover, but she was a part of Little Mix. And she left Little Mix, and they seem to be on very good terms, which is really good to see. I think, and I don't know enough about the Little Mix lore, but I know when Jessie left, there were feelings about that. But I think with Jade, it seems like it's all good. The vibes are good. And she thanked her Little Mix sisters, as she called them, during the speech, which was nice to see. She released her album earlier this year, that Showbiz Baby. But before that, she released a few singles. And this is something that I just want to say about the singles. And something where I was like, girl, what are you doing? So if you look, most of them have videos that say official visualizer on them. Would I consider these visualizers? No! Absolutely fucking not. Look at these. These are fully produced music videos. And I get, because some of the ones that are like official music videos are like a little bit bigger. Like this is the official video for FUFN, which has more production to it. But it's still like, I didn't watch the visualizers for a long time because I was like, well, that's just a visualizer. Who cares? And then one day, because she released, it's a visual album. Where's the whole thing? Yeah, so there's a whole visual album. And then I was like, wait. So all the visualizers were just videos? Just like fully produced music videos? Why would you advertise them as visualizers? I would have watched these a long time ago, but I didn't think I needed to. Because I thought they were just visualizers. Why are you not advertising them as music videos? Girl. But whatever, I guess she just has very high standards for what counts as a music video. This is, here, watch just like a second of her opening for the Brit Awards. Because she had a very, very cool set. Oh, it's so good. You guys just gotta watch it. Go watch it. She drops through the floor. Incredible. So a lot of cool visual stuff happening with Jade. Putting a lot of effort into it. So much so that she won't call them music videos unless she, I don't even know. I don't know what the standard is at this point for what's a music video and what's a visualizer for Jade. They're all music videos. But the album is called That's Showbiz, Baby. It has an 83 out of 100 on Metacritic. It debuted at number 3 in the UK. It did not chart on the US Billboard 200. But it is a very, very good album. Features a lot of other artists, Pink Pantheress, Kesha, Rose Gray. She also released some other stuff. Oh, and she's going to be touring soon. She also released some other stuff. She's on the Pink Pantheress album. Oh, no, yeah. So this, Pink Pantheress, Kesha, and Rose Gray are not on the album, but she is on their songs. And then she also did a Madonna cover that's only available on Apple Music. So a lot of releases this year from Jade. And a lot of live performances as well. So this was during her Glastonbury set. But again, not a lot of American promo. And this is what I have to say about that. Oh, and she opened for Chappell Roan for a few shows as well. Oh, and she wrote this on Instagram. She said, missing Gaga for production rehearsals. I think I might cry, but it's what she would want, I think, for me to put my all into my artistry just like she does, weeps in Little Monster. Oh, how devastating, but she is right. And then okay, so here's what I was saying about the American promo. She did come to an album release party in New York, hosted by Mew Muse. While she was in New York, she did also do Late Night with Seth Meyers, but I don't think that she did a performance. I think she only did an interview, which I think is so bizarre, because it's only an interview for this upload. Maybe there was a separate upload that is now gone, because that did happen recently with Addison Rae. She had a performance on Jimmy Fallon, and that video has since been privated. So maybe that happened, but I don't know that she performed on Seth Meyers' show at all. And then she did do a Today Show performance, but it was definitely a very low-key performance compared to her other performances throughout the year. And also, it wasn't uploaded onto her channel or onto the Today Show's channel. This is just a random, fan account that's uploaded the video. And so, she hasn't done a whole lot of American promo, at all. And that's fine. She doesn't really need to, but I definitely think that she hasn't broken through as an American artist yet. And the reason I bring that up is because I saw a lot of people upset about the fact that she's not nominated for Best New Artist at the Grammys. And what I would say about that is, she has time because she hasn't done a lot of American promo. I don't think most Americans really know who she is, like, at all. But she's coming back to America in February. I don't think this is a very stacked month, so I don't foresee her having a whole lot of time to do a lot of promo in February. But then she goes back to Europe in March. And then after that, like April on, I don't know what she has planned. So I think that it's very possible that she could pivot to start doing more American promo in like around like April, May, throughout that whole year. I don't think it's outside the realm of possibilities that she gets nominated for Best New Artist in the 2027 Grammys. I think she really could get a nomination, and I think she could maybe even win. Because there is definitely a lot of support for Jade in like the pop sphere. The pop girlies, they love her. Like, as Chappell Roan once said, I'm your favorite pop star's favorite pop star. A lot of the pop girlies do really fuck with Jade. So I do think she's getting a lot of support from her peers. She has a fairly big fan base from people who like are really paying attention to pop music. So I think really if she plays her cards right next year, if she wants to like break through in the American market, I think she's got plenty of time. I think that all she needs to do is just sort of pivot a little bit to doing more promo here in the US. And she might have Best New Artist in the bag. I don't know yet, obviously, because this is very far out. We haven't even gotten through the 2026 Grammys yet. And who knows what other artists will pop up, but I think that if she commits to it, she really could have Best New Artist in the bag for 2027. Yeah, and if she was an opening act, she should open for Taylor, but Taylor's not touring Showgirl. Yeah, if she's an opening act for, like, anybody, though, any big pop girly, that could be it for her. Because even when she opened for Chappell, it wasn't in the US. But if she got an opening slot for any other pop girly, she could make a lot of waves. She also, this is just an unrelated thing, but she did dress as Greta from Gremlins 2 for Halloween, and I just thought she did a really good job, so I wanted to highlight that. I thought it looked really cool. But that's it for our nominations today. We do have quite a few honorary pop girlies. This first one is kind of a bummer, so I'm sorry about this, but Mr. Marbles, Jenna Marbles' dog, her beloved Chihuahua, as far as I know, he's still alive, but her husband, Julian, did say something recently on a stream indicating that Mr. Marbles may not have a lot of time left. That's somewhat expected. He is like 17 years old. So, you know, Chihuahuas live a long time, but 17 is generally the cap. But look at him. He's so cute. He's such an icon. But yeah, we do love you, Mr. Marbles. We hope you're doing okay. But, you know, he's lived a happy life, even if it is maybe near the end for him. He's lived a beautiful, beautiful life with Jenna and Julian. I do love him, Mr. Marbles. He is a little boy still, you're right. We have 3 other honorary pop girlies. Now this one, I just had to put her in here because I feel like I was somewhat harsh on her last time, and she kind of deserved me to be a little bit harsh on her last week. But Miss Ice Spice has maybe released the song of the year. I said the whole thing about, like, I'm not going to take Ice Spice seriously as an artist unless she releases something incredible. And I'm not going to say that I'm taking her seriously as an artist still, because I don't think that this is, like, the greatest, like, artistic statement. But she released a song for the new SpongeBob SquarePants movie that is just... I can't stop singing it. I want to play like a second of it to try to not get claimed. But oh my god, I cannot stop singing this.
Got big guy. SpongeBob big guy pants okay. SpongeBob big guy pants okay.
I cannot stop singing SpongeBob big guy pants okay. SpongeBob big guy pants okay. It's so good. And this is the thing that Ice Spice should be making. She doesn't have, like, the verbal dexterity to do, like, the kind of diss tracks that I think she was trying to do for a minute. She doesn't have that. But she can do SpongeBob Big Guy Pants okay. That is 100% up her lane. I don't even know what it means. I think Big Guy, from what I'm getting from this promo video, is that SpongeBob wanted to go on this roller coaster, but he maybe was too short for a little bit, but now he's bigger, so now he's a big guy. But I don't know what the pants okay means, and I don't care. I know that it's poetry, I know that it's genius, and I know that SpongeBob Big Guy Pants okay. And I love her little, her little fish. She is so cute as a little fish. SpongeBob Big Guy Pants okay. So yeah, I needed to shout her out for that, because I took her out of the running last time, and this was kind of an iconic comeback for her. SpongeBob Big Guy Pants okay. Oh fuck, I didn't even do an anime. There's just no guessing on this one. There's our third honorary pop girly, Mr. Timothy Chalamet. I don't know if you guys saw what he did a couple days ago. He released a 17-minute or an 18-minute video onto his Twitter. And this is the video file name, video 93884728. It's 18 minutes of him doing like a marketing meeting over Zoom. It is so good. It is so just like, it's such a commitment to a bit that I didn't even know he would be doing. I'm not going to play all 17 minutes, but I'm going to play a few moments.
Bottom should be.
Are you guys seeing my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
So, few things. Number one, obviously he has himself as his own background. If you zoom in here, it says World Takeover 2031. And what I love about this is the fact that this is the folder right above the folder that he's opening for this marketing thing. So obviously he put that there as like an Easter egg, kinda, as a little joke. World Takeover 2031. What I love about it though, and I don't know if you guys can see it very well, but there's the little iCloud download icon right next to it, implying that there is something in this folder. It's not just an empty folder that he put there just for the joke. I mean, I do think he put it there for the joke, but there is something inside of it. And it's something that he put there long ago enough that it is undownloaded from his desktop. What an incredible detail. Like, who thought of that? And then there's this moment.
All right, so everyone at the same time. Who is this?
Ruth
Bader
Ginsburg. Yeah.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And what does she represent?
I mean, legal.
Greatness.
Greatness.
Greatness. Yeah.
Greatness. Everyone at the same time. 1, 2, 3.
Greatness. Yeah.
And a great legal mind, as Ali said. All right, so everyone at the same time.
He also he did the same thing with Stephanie Meyer. He pulls up a picture of Stephanie Meyer and makes them all say that she also represents greatness. I don't know what. He's on a different level.
Share, this is my visual artist. It took him 6 months to mock this up. It's not totally ready yet, but this is like a working example of the very specific orange. I want to be on every poster for this.
Is it supposed to be for a movie? Yes. So he's in a movie called Marty Supreme, which I guess is about like a ping pong thing. I didn't know anything about it until he did this. So this is incredible marketing. Because I was like, what movie is he even promoting at this point? But yeah, it's for Marty Supreme, which I even thought was a movie that had Adam Sandler in it, because in addition to this, he then did some sort of event with Adam Sandler. Turns out that was just like, I don't know, extracurricular. Adam Sandler's not in the movie. I thought he was also in the movie. He's not in the movie.
Wow. Timothy, I just don't want to interject to make sure you're sharing the right thing. We're just seeing an orange square. Is that right, guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what you're sharing. Okay, great. Yeah,
yes.
Okay.
This is a very specific. I mean, I can make it a little bit bigger. I can make it bigger here. But you guys are catching this, right?
Yeah. It's super pleasant to look at for sure.
I wanted to share. This is my visual artist.
Incredible. And I see, he said, I don't like Timothée Chalamet. I've been afraid to say anything. I can't even say that I like him as a person. And I saw other people mentioning the thing with Shia LaBeouf, and I think that's weird and gross. But he has a very sort of similar chaotic energy that Shia LaBeouf has. And for the moment, I don't think there are any allegations against Timothy. So I'm just reveling in it, that he is a weird person. And it's okay for him to be a weird person because I don't know that he assaulted anyone quite yet. He maybe has said very nice things towards someone who assaulted people, which is not good. But that's still a little bit more removed from just being Shia LaBeouf. And we need someone in the industry to be chaotic like this. We need someone just being fucking weird. And then there was this part too.
Man, warrior, poet, impregnable is what he said. So.
And what does impregnable mean?
You can't pregnate it. Man, warrior, poet.
You can't pregnate it. And then he also... There was this whole thing with the blimp. Oh, wait, no, that's... Oh, no, this is the right one.
This mock-up is vertical, and I'm thinking more horizontal. Like, I think this one. Exactly. Obviously, this mock-up...
So he has this whole thing with this blimp in this thing, and he's like, I want it to be an orange blimp, blah, 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 blah. I guess they made the blimp. I saw it earlier today. I don't know if it's real, but someone was posting photos of a blimp that was orange and said Marty Supreme on it. So for sure, I don't know how much of this is... How much was pre-planned?
Those aren't...
Because for sure... I don't think that these people aren't in on it. I think they are definitely in on it because there's one point in the video where one of them says something about like the Statue of Liberty being from France, and then he pulls up a thing of, because he wants to turn the Statue of Liberty orange. He pulls up a thing of the Eiffel Tower and is like, well, that's a great point. I also would like to make the Eiffel Tower orange. And the fact that like she set him up for that, I'm like, they have to all be in on it. They have to all be aware that this is a joke. But I don't know how much was like, let's say that that he wants to do this blimp and then we'll actually make the blimp. I don't know how much they thought about that prior, or if it was just that, I don't know. And this is what I love about it, is there's so much mystery still to this video. Even if I know that it's all set up, even if I know that it's all bullshit, I still am like, but what did they go in thinking they were gonna do? And that's what's so fun about it.
Floating letters in the sky. Those are like, that's, I think the underbelly of the ship should say dream big. And that's a little person at the bottom.
Is that you piloting it?
No, I don't want to personally get in it because I have a fear of flying.
Oh, I thought that was someone with a ping pong paddle.
Imagine like it was orange. You wouldn't need multiple blimps because at some point I thought you could have a fleet. So like you could create cloud cover unnaturally. Like you would step outside and all of a sudden you literally, it was just thousands of Marty Supreme blimps. But then I was thinking that's probably not cost effective. Like even Tyler is headlining Flognaw. We should have the blimp go above Flognaw and rain ping pong balls, Marty Supreme branded, rain ping pong balls on everyone. Just as a concept.
I love
Yeah,
that
one-
idea.
Yeah, I do
Thanks
too.
for
I
the-
think one thing we'll have to kind of take into consideration is just the safety hazard.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Something we'll think about.
Yeah, and I don't want to put anybody in an unsafe condition too, but I also don't want to be too safe about putting out this movie. You know what I mean? If it's a difference between, you know what I mean, someone losing an arm putting out the movie, but someone gaining an arm intellectually when they see it, I'm a fan of the latter.
It is so good. I love every part of it. I love because from what I've heard from people who work in marketing like that, they're like, that is literally what every meeting is like, is just someone telling you the most ridiculous thing in the world and you have to just take it with a straight face. I know that like some of it, because he wanted his face on a box of Wheaties, and I think that was something, from what I saw from the trailer, that was something that Marty Supreme also had wanted, and I guess they do. I don't know if it's for sale like at a mass. I don't know if you can just buy it if you go to the grocery store, but I did see some photos of him on the cover of Wheaties, as they bring up in this marketing thing. So it's like all these tie-ins of like, damn, he got me thinking about Timothy Chalamet on a box of Wheaties, and then I see Timothy Chalamet on a box of Wheaties, and I'm like, oh my god, it's just like that video. Like it is great marketing. It's great marketing, and it does tie back to the film in a way that is so smart, and also it just adds to this idea of Timothy Chalamet, of him being just a kind of unhinged person, which I do think he probably is to some degree. He's definitely playing it up here for this sketch, but I also think that he is kind of just weird like this. There's so many layers that he's working with. And it's good. This is the kind of marketing that girlies need to be doing, but for their music. He's ahead of everybody. And he is a good actor. I wouldn't say that he's like a generational talent, but maybe, I don't know. I haven't seen him in that much stuff, but he's like a decent enough actor that I'm like, it works. I take him seriously enough as an actor that he can do stuff like that, and I don't just think that he's ridiculous. With Shia LaBeouf, it got weird for a minute. Shia LaBeouf is a decent actor, but there was a minute where it was definitely, the weirdness was really overtaking the like acting sincerity. I didn't take him that seriously as an actor anymore. I just thought that he was like the weird guy who put a bag over his head on a red carpet. Timothy Chalamet can do shit like this, and I'm like, but he still is a serious actor though. I still do take him seriously as a person who does movies, which is a hard balance to strike. Let's just hope he never has any sort of weird fucking allegations against him like that other man. Now our final honorary pop girly. If you couldn't guess from the colors I've chosen here, it is Miss Cynthia Erivo. So obviously a huge thing we do appreciate Cynthia for is the way that she protected Miss Ariana on that red carpet. She really just jumped right into the action. But she also is just like so fucking cool. Look at her. This is her on the cover of the GQ Men of the Year issue thing that they're doing. Look at how fucking cool she looks. Look at that. I've never seen anyone look cooler. And we also have, so there have been a lot of different memes. Now, this one, I was trying to find the original video for it, because this one's gotten huge. They're like, GIF? I was like, what happened that made her react like that? I guess she lost her hat at the London Wicked premiere, and this person is telling her that they've found it.
Can I say something to you?
Yes, you just said it. I heard the pheasant.
Last year at the London premiere, you forgot your stuff.
Yes.
I have it. For real. You want to
So that's where that comes from. It is a very useful gift, though, because, like, any amount that you're surprised, just throw that in there of, like... And she's so expressive. she is a theater kid. Now, as that person said, they found her hat, so she did get her hat back. There she is with her hat. It's a cool little hat. There are some other gifts that she has bestowed upon us. This is her at a premiere where she is just like looking straight ahead, and it does look like she is getting a vision, as in That's So Raven. Do we think she stole the hat? It's very possible, but I don't know. Maybe she did just find it. I'm really not sure. I don't know what the circumstances were of Cynthia losing the hat to begin with. There's also this one. I really don't understand what's happening here whatsoever. This is, and I don't know what interview this is from. It looks like I think it's overseas somewhere, but she's... Oh my god, it's so good. And then she also had a funny little walk in her little mouse ears. She is giving so much to the world. And she also is just fucking insanely talented. Like, again, watching that NBC special. Oh, shit. I was like, wow. Look at her go. I don't know, because I'm not like a theater person in general. So Wicked is the only thing I've ever seen her in. I don't know what the future holds for her in terms of like mainstream general public success, because most people are not paying attention to theater stuff. So I don't know if she has any sort of plans to break out into like big movies other than Wicked, or maybe because she does do music as well. She did release some songs this year, so I don't know if she wants to go more in that direction. But I hope she sticks around for a long time, because I've grown quite fond of her in a Papa's Orchard kind of way. And I do kind of like her weird little codependent relationship with Ariana, and I hope that she does go. I hope she's on every fucking show of that tour. I hope she is there for every single show, and that it's just the Ariana Cynthia show. She has gotten into a few controversies, I know. Yeah, I don't know really much about that, and I'm just deciding not to care. She did say, I remember her saying something that was kind of weird once and being like, oh. But it was weird and like, ooh, in a way that most of our most iconic girlies are. Everyone has a like, ugh moment. I'm willing to look past it. As long as she doesn't do something super weird. I'm Team Cynthia. She's so fucking fun. And look at those nails. I can't even imagine walking around all day with those nails on. But she makes it work. But that was it. That was our last Honorary Pop Girly. This is record time, 2.5 hours. My goodness. But we got through. We got 5 new nominees, I think. Did we do 5 or... How many was it? One, two, three. Yeah, we did 5. 5 new nominees. Next week we have another 5. One of them is Sabrina Carpenter, who will probably take a minute to get through. But we're chugging right along. Anyway, I'm glad this didn't take that long, because as I said before, I am in pain. So I'm gonna go lay down and eat miso soup. Thanks for joining, everybody. Hopefully, I wasn't too much of a negative Nelly today. I don't think that I was as articulate as I sometimes can be. I think I stumbled over my words a little bit more than normal. But I think, given the amount of pain that I'm in, that can be excused. And I think with my head angled like this, my glasses don't even look that crooked. But they are very crooked. But anyway, thanks for joining me, everybody. I will see you next week for the, oh yeah, the new 7-Up is so good. It is so good. Everyone should go get some so that maybe they'll make it like a permanent thing. But I'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.